Welcome to the Philly Phest lineup interviews. I'm your host, Jay Whistle. Today, I am glad to be sitting next to a young entrepreneur, somebody who really puts his mind into his work when it comes to not only himself, but also the community. I'm sitting here with the CEO of Smoke Cycle, Zyhmir. How are you doing today?
I'm good. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank
To be
you,
a part of this.
Pleasure to have you, man. My first question for you, tell us the process behind Smoke Cycle. How did you come up with specifically choosing cigarette butts and just your whole journey and your process through it so far?
Yeah, absolutely. So kind of getting into the depth of what Smoke Cycle is and about is kind of getting into the depth of me, right? So I'm an empathetic person. I believe in empathy. I believe that not everyone deserves your sympathy. Not everyone deserves you to give your last care, but everyone deserves some care. So everyone deserves to have some care. And I feel like at times growing up in Philadelphia, from Southwest Philadelphia, born and raised, it felt like sometimes our communities was neglected. It didn't feel like somebody cared. And I mean that in that our pollution, our litter, our trash was often everywhere. So kind of the start of Smoke Cycle was just to really address that at the beginning, right? So went from addressing that to figuring out what actual things are the most harmful. In this process, there are huge waste management streams for most other forms of major plastics, but we don't recognize that cigarette butts, and many people actually still don't know that cigarette butts are recyclable. So we chose that because A, it is actually the most littered item with 4.5 trillion items of cigarette butt litter in our waterways, oceans, pavements, streets, and communities. So that actually is the most littered item on the planet. So we focus on that, but also because of the stigmatization of not being, of people who commit to cleaning the community are looked at negatively, for one. People who support just, recycling are made, especially in the past, have been called hippies or tree log huggers and a bunch of different things that ultimately we're trying to beautify our community. We're trying to beautify and make the people and the mentality feel good. So why did I start Smoke Cycle? How did we get here? Just trying to improve the community. So I'll get a bit into the process. We collect the cigarette butts. We do drives, we do initiatives, we do meetups and everything like that, where we do collection. We'll take those to one of our facilities located in Maryland at the moment, or one of our storage facilities here in Philadelphia, and we then sort it to find the cigarette butts. It goes through a cleaning and odorizing process, then gets pelletized. From there, we then sell it to other manufacturers. Our cleaning and odorizing process is pretty extravagant. You gotta need some heavy machinery for it and everything, but won't go all through all the what it entails, but definitely something we've been doing and we think is a great goal, something we can contribute back to the economy and to the environment. So
Yeah, I noticed that you mentioned negligence. Us as a community, we definitely look over littering or cleaning up behind yourself, or we were taught leave a place cleaner than you found it, and as you can see in Philadelphia, is not carried on. So as far as Philly Phest and Smoke Cycle, how do you incorporate the two, or what do you feel like the correlation is? I know that you do cleanup events, so how do you incorporate Philly Phest? What's the bridge between that and Smoke Cycle?
Yeah, absolutely. So like I said, first, you want to change the persona, the mentality of these things. And the first way to do that is with the youth, right?
Right.
People our age and older have had time to experience things and come around to maybe the environment does matter, right? Mm-hmm. But people around our age, the youth, we are the ones who kind of take things for granted. And this opportunity to bridge that gap between the importance of community, the importance of environment, the importance of beautifying the area so you can be positive. It can promote more positivity. That's kind of how we all function, So these two entities collaborating, it brings the youth, gives the youth a comfortable platform and space where they can enjoy the things that they enjoy, such as music, such as the arts, such as vendors and food, while also introducing them to something they may not see often. Like in some of the places I've lived, for college example, they have regular street cleaning, something we could incorporate more. They have regular recycling trash programs. They have more recycling trash bins and more collection strategies. So we're just trying to implement that and make that something that is is not only prevalent, but something that's prevalent in the Black community as well, because our community deserves to be just as clean as any other.
Right, I agree. So my last question for you, you introduced the bridge between the two, Philly Fest and Smoke Cycle. What's one thing you want people to take away from Philly Fest when they're in attendance or even afterwards?
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously the first thing is I want you to come to, if you are at the event, regardless of race, a member of the Black community or anything, I want you to take an opportunity to realize and see that Philadelphia as a community is coming together. Members of all types of participants of any community come together and support one another. And regardless if it's for the cleanup part of the event, if it's for the festivities, just being able to see all these people here together in a positive light, you never know what that could do for someone else's thinking, their mentality, their situation, or their day. So that's kind of what we're here for. That's what, I hope you take away, that positive and togetherness is a reality. It's here. It's something we can do. It just takes work.
Yep, I agree. Like you said, the future, we are the future, and it's up to us to put in that work to make sure we can make it better. So Philly Fest is going on August 23rd, 2025. Hope to see you out there creating a positive space and environment, a safe space for people of all ages and all ethnicities. We're trying to incorporate diversity in the community. So I appreciate you. I appreciate what you're doing. Definitely appreciate you being a part of this.
Absolutely, absolutely.